Gave us, the exact picture of what these services look like there. Let's start with Airbnb. What do you think of the strategy that they've mapped out to expand in China? Are they setting themselves up for success?
Well, the first thing that they say is right now they want to look for a CEO in China to manage the business. If you look at companies that have actually managed to do this quite successfully, like LinkedIn, they were looking for people who have a wide range of experience of operating really on the ground in China, but also having that communication ability to communicate with the managers here in the U.S. so they have enough support and backing of the headquarters. And then also an understanding how the regulatory environment works in China, which is really important when you're trying to compete with local competitors on the ground who really know how to navigate the environment, know the customer, and also the local regulations.
So how would you compare the way Airbnb is doing it to the way Uber is doing it?
Well, Uber found themselves a partner, which is Baidu, and one of the strongest competitors in China in this tech space. So
there's Didi Kuaidi, which is
exactly
the Uber of China and owns 80% of this market.
Exactly. If you look at the market share, 99% of taxi market share, 78% of private licensed cars, and they also launched this Didi Hitch product, which is a car sharing service in China, already attracting 3 million people within the first 2 months.
What is it like to use Uber in China and across the different cities? Because it's very different everywhere. It's a very localized business.
It is actually quite localized. You'd be surprised the amount of people that are using Uber in China and also the purposes of it. If you try using Uber, the Uber X equivalent of Uber X in China, you get people picking you up. These could be government officials trying to drive their way to work, and they say they want to save some gas oil, so that's why they're using the service to. And then also in Didi as well, a lot of people use it. Headhunters use it to find recruitments in Silicon Valley in China, and then also some people are even using it as a dating app. So
really? That's
the local adaptation of these apps is really amazing if you look at it.
So Tencent blocked Uber from WeChat. WeChat is huge in China. I mean, how big a deal is that, and what are the chances of Uber China's success?
Right. So the service that Tencent blocked Uber for is the public account service. That is the equivalent of an account that companies set up so their fans, followers can follow their information, news releases. In terms of messaging Uber stuff on WeChat, you can still do that. But WeChat does have a very popular, it's very popular in China. Traffic volume is through the roof. And so being blocked on Tencent is something of a setback for them. They're trying to compensate that from having this cooperation with Baidu. In terms of competition with Didi, it's a competition for capital and also talent in China right now, because Didi is also upping its game, hunting in Silicon Valley all the time.
But what about the market? I mean, can Uber be the Uber of China, or just the Lyft of China?
It really depends on how fast they expand. Didi's already in 300 cities right now. Uber says it wants to be in at least 60 cities in China, so you can have the comparison there. If they have the local expertise and also navigate the regulations on the ground, you might have a chance.